keep it up. Y'all ain't been no competition and being on podcast. Y'all just got a bigger subscribe count. Y'all been doing it for me. But niggas putting out those same numbers y'all putting up.
My boy. What's good, my G's, man? How you been, Brody? That's what's up, bro. I had to check up on my boy, man, see how he doing. Shit, I ain't heard from my nigga. Oh yeah. I got up out of there, bro. I mean, I ain't even really quit. Fucking what you call it? I ain't even really quit. I was late one day, bro. I had worked mad early that day. I got off around like 2. And I had to go pick up the kids and shit. And I just overslept, bro. So I overslept. I woke up around like 7:30. I called. I was like, yo, Miss Cassie, bro, I overslept. I had a long day at work. She just was not hearing that shit, bro. She was on my ass or type shit. Yeah, nah, I ain't hearing that shit. You know, I'm gonna just have to take you off the schedule for now. And I'm just like, why and shit, like, you know. So I'm just like, you know what, I ain't gonna fight it. So I came up there during the weekend. It was like the day after that, not the day after that, but the day after that. You know what I'm saying? To see if I was on the schedule. And bro was like, nah, you're not on the schedule. So I was just like, all right, fuck it.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of
And they didn't even give me my last check.
With Greg Anthony
Word.
and Richard Jefferson, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines
That's crazy.
tonight,
So I was
Ali
just like,
LaForce. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And Leonard has it in the corner. Well, GA, we've got a marquee matchup in this one. 2 Western Conference powerhouses.
And for all we know, this could be a future playoff matchup. So this is an important test for both teams. They each get an opportunity to see how they stack up against the top opponent.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
The dime-dropping ability of Green. I love it when he looks for his teammates and gets them involved.
Now, here is Harden. Here's Beal. Taken away by Williams. Brooks right side. Stolen by Collins. And stolen by Booker. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. Here's Dunn. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And Leonard makes it look easy. Incredible at getting inside and just finishing with physicality.
You know, GA, it seems like a lot of players welcome the opportunity to play in Phoenix. Talk about what makes this market to a player is so appealing.
I mean, the weather has a lot to do with it, right? Basketball is a winter sport, so for those snowbirds out there, Arizona is a great choice.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And the rejection by Collins.
What it is, though? What y'all think, though?
Pass to Harden.
If I'm wrong, y'all cuss me out in the comment. Y'all feel like I'm wrong.
That time, put him up.
That's why I think about being able to kid and how they could fix this. But the money that now is, Wallow, he'll get his own money. He can speak at advance. He can do this, that, really. And I hate things like he can do it out there over game size. Couple sponsors. The little boxes shit they be doing. The Gilly Party thing they do. That's pretty much it. They be selling at the car lot. That's pretty much it.
Good.
Ain't nothing.
Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I ain't really seen nothing Gilly dominated on his own. They got a good team of his own. I done seen Wallow dominate. Speaking, going into the things, speaking at Coliseum, speaking at school, dominate that. I ain't really seen Gilly dominate nothing by himself. Oh, being a mascot. Yeah, being a mascot. Yeah, that's what he do. can really ball, ask out full time. But that's only in the football season. He can't take that 76 job. He can't take that NASCAR job. There we go. You understand? But yeah, y'all hit that like button, y'all subscribe, share the video, let me know what it is.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers.
Follow me on IG _gang_splitter. Donate to the channel $.gang_splitter. He was waiting though.
Pass to Williams. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And this Clippers team, GA, hanging their hats on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, a team of veterans who know how to play. Great coaching. And with the defense patrolling the paint, it's been a winning recipe.
Take a look, though, at the history. Let's show y'all. So many games for the association. This looks good. Take a look, though, at the history of the Joker and the Nuggets in his 50-point outings. Entering Wednesday, Denver had lost all 4 games when Jokic scored 50 or more, including the playoffs dating back to 2021. So how would things go? Well, we got the answer early this season.
Yeah, I mean, they can beat him. He definitely beat him. They don't have enough in the roster to beat this Denver Nuggets team.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an understatement these days. There's an and one son. Jokic draws the foul on Brook Lopez on the jumper. He hits it, and then on the pick and spot, Wendy, top of the key.
Okay,
I was at this game. This is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my career.
Jokic had 25 in the first Nuggets for 25 points, 43 in 2008. Now let's jump to the third quarter. Jokic sitting at 42 points. Doing on both ends, Bert.
Pushing a rock, most skilled, big, ever plays the game of basketball. First team on the win spots.
I'm going to say your body. You look good, Bert. So look at that right there. Jokic taking it coast to coast, and a few minutes later, he's now up to 50 points. Hits the jump hook in the lane. He had 52 through 3 quarters, his 4th career 50-point game in the regular season, the most in Nuggets history. Now in the 4th, he comes back in with 6 minutes to go at 52. Nice little wrap up right there. And then he just puts a easy, nice little shipping right there for 54 points. He finished with 55 after adding the free throw to go along with 12 rebounds and 6 assists. He was the joke after the game.
That's a good match for the guy, especially the first one we're dealing with the Gordon there. Just be free to see I didn't know from the there, I think I missed like 3 minutes. And after that, something good.
Our game plan was, make him score, just take away his passing, take it outside the game. I thought the first half we did a good job with that.
Didn't work,
be more aggressive in the second half. But, I didn't think we scored 55.
He's making the whole league think again. Jokic was hooping like he went to Balfour Hard University, and anytime you end up on a list with Wolf and Elgin, you have yourself a game. He didn't just drop a double, he had 12 boards and 6 dimes. It was his 3rd 55-10-5 game ever, tied for the 2nd most all time. Yes. It's your girl Chanel Zonake filling in for the one and only Malika Andrews here with the crew, Brian Windhorst, Danny Green, and Kendrick Perkins. And Perk, what do you think the motivation was behind Jokic's 55-piece lemon wings?
Yeah, I've been there, style. Look, I grew up a Rockets fan. Plus City, Elijah Warren. I watched him my entire childhood life, okay? And he makes Elijah Warren great games look like Jokic. The numbers that he's putting. He's the most skilled player to ever play the game. I'm not mad at Ty Lue's game plan because Zubac is one of the best defenders, post defenders in the game. He's guarded Jokic better than anyone else in the entire league over the past year and a half. But what happened is that we saw greatness last night. We saw greatness. We saw a guy come into the arena, fresh off a back-to-back, going against one of the most elite defenders in the league at the post position and give them that work. Straight business. And so when you think about Jokic and people start to have these conversations of where he ranked and up, I'm going to tell you this. He's the best center I've seen in the last 20 years. I know that damn much. I mean, he is very skilled. There's a young guy that's up and coming that could catch him at some point. I just picked the one young, and he's a very skilled big as well. And he is on his way. But it is a shame because Jokic, as great as he is and all the things he's doing, I think we're kind of taking it for granted. He's in that LeBron conversation. I'm sure Wendy will speak about the numbers that he's putting up. And he's just been doing it for half a decade now, being in the MVP conversation. And not only doing it from inside, but doing it from three. Last year, he was 40-plus from three. His numbers are unbelievable. But because he does it so often and so easily, people are not appreciating or respecting it. 50-point triple-double. Any triple-double, I don't think I've ever gotten one in my life. He's getting 50-point triple-doubles and making it look easy. And we're kind of taking it for granted. But, he's a special player. And some could argue one of the best bigs you've ever seen in the history of the game.
Are you going to dive into this? I'm just trying to keep some November composure here. I don't want to do anything crazy in November. Go back to me.
Even get out there.
Jokic is doing stuff.
And looking
it's
to
wild,
protect
man.
it. Okay, thank you, Alan.
He's shooting 78% on 2 points. 78. Okay?
How many is it taking?
In rebounds. He's leading the league in assists. Okay? Every 100 possessions that he's on the court, I want you to listen to what I'm about to say. I'm going to try to keep it under control. Every 100 possessions he's on the court, the Nuggets are scoring 151 points. Every 100 possessions he's on the court defensively, the Nuggets are giving up 104 points. That means every 100 possessions he's out there, the Nuggets are outscoring the opposition by 47 points. Okay? And I want you to, I know, and we're not talking about Oklahoma City, because I'm not taking a single thing back to Oklahoma City. Denver has a man who is playing at the absolute peak of his powers, and so nothing can be taken away from him. And Denver has the number 2 defense in the league. Look out. These numbers that he is doing are just, these are Wilt Chamberlain-esque numbers. I wasn't alive when Wilt Chamberlain had these numbers. You hear about these seasons. He averaged 50 points and 25 rebounds, and he had 75 consecutive quadruple doubles, whatever. I don't believe any of that. He's doing Wilt Chamberlain-type stuff now. I know we're 11 games in. I got to calm down. I got you. I got you.
Let me say this to you. Don't you point that out. He's also happy. Right? He's seeming like he's in a happy place. Last year we saw a lot of frustration. Right? And so when you see certain players, and I'm not taking a shot at Willis, just stating the facts. Michael Porter Jr., right? And all of a sudden you bring in team guys, Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Bruce Brown. All of a sudden now we're seeing a more energetic Jokic and a better Jokic, which is still is.
Williams has got 10.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And here's Brooks from outside. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Pass to Leonard. Now Zubats. And the layup's good off the glass.
Victor Wembanyama with the O board here. Look at the stride, Wendy, just to get to the basket. Stride, that's a journey for most people. That's a great leap. Wembanyama had 31 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists in the game. But Draymond Green actually stepped up in a huge way because he had this matchup. He's 6'6", going up against 7'5". What did you admire about this defense?
Well, you can't be higher. You can't be higher than him, so you have to beat him lower. Watch Draymond get low on him. You can move him off his center of gravity. As tall as he is, but Draymond knows that. Draymond came with a game plan, and he executed it.
He absolutely did. Draymond Green, plus 15, went on the floor last night. just effective in disruption, and you get a dap up from your coach when you are that effective. Now let's head to the third quarter. The Warriors were down 9. Steph Curry would have what I'd like to call, we've heard it many times.
I don't know where this ranks, but it felt impressive, especially considering they've been struggling. They're coming off second night with back-to-back. Draymond called some guys out the night before. Steph made that off.
Yeah, he was going from deep, and he was knocking it down. When you see that type of emotion from Steph Curry, you know it's going to be most likely his night. Dancing in the middle of the paint, man, scoring with nothing. I don't know. He like nickeled his way through. Steph, huge night. Here, off ball, moving around the floor.
1 half to go.
Now this is teamwork. You're talking about team basketball players. Sit down. The Warriors win by 5.
And then they change the GM.
Yeah, one guy.
Now after the game, Steve Kerr calls Steph Curry the son of the Warriors solar system. What do you speak of him in that third quarter game, Green?
I mean, it's excellent. We've seen it for 15 years now. Okay, putting yourself in picture stuff. But he's so smart, and this is a tough matchup for San Antonio. Excuse me, Jokic didn't have a triple-double. When he did have a triple-double, but he was less effective in the defensive end because you got so much running around the perimeter. Steph realizes there's overload on one side, cuts through the paint, making Wemby the guy to match up with him, get open space, knock down 3. You got to get Wemby out there, try to get him active on the perimeter. So Steph did a great job of that. This is what impressed me the most about Steph. He didn't just kill him from 3. He did a lot from 2. He was only 5 for 16 from 3. But coming up these pin downs, De'Aaron Fox, in the third game back, got to be more locked in. Comes up the pin down, you got to communicate, got to switch. They didn't get the switch. He gets an easy boost. It's like a nice little off the glass bench shot. You got to call it, easy money.
Now, we have, though, for seeing this movie before, when Steph is scoring, you know that Draymond feels like he's scoring too. But hopefully, it gives him confidence on the other end. Draymond was in his bag. What did you
He was in his bag, and he's the heart and soul of his team. And super box scoring lovers and people that hate on Draymond. This is why he's one of the best defensive players of all time. Because he doesn't have to show up in the box score. Look who he is guarding. Look at the fight. Look, he's guarding Victor Wembanyama, 7'7" alien. Look at him contest this to cause one of Victor's 1 of 8 turnovers. Here we are again, staying connected, communicating the pick and roll. Nice hands right here, right? Giving this guy time, recovering back to stop the drive on Victor. Look. Check this out. Another turnover, right? Caused by Draymond Green. Touching him up early. Still communicating. Okay, he catches the ball. Look, give me... gives him space. Look at the contest by Draymond Green, right? That forced another turnover. So again, to you box score watchers, Draymond Green, his impact on the game is not going to show up in the box scores.
As a center admin, I've seen a lot of different people come through here. We had a student come in, he signed up for the course, and he's actually...
Cade Cunningham solidifying himself as a superstar in this league.
Rising.
Star.
Yep. Rising.
At the moment. Star, for sure. The trajectory, though. Star. And now you being negative.
Making the All-NBA team last year, our first All-Star, he's trending up. But to say superstar already is elite category in this NBA, but he's rising and he's making a name for himself to be in that category. Absolutely. Continue this trajectory of growth within his game. Yeah, it's NBA is tailor-made for him, his size, his position.
Yeah. He's a cheat code.
Yeah, he is athletic. He does all the things that Luka can do with athleticism. Yeah. So he out there windmilling that thing in the game. So he's doing things at their position, and yeah, he playing in the city that's going to ride with him, ride for him. So Detroit basketball, baby.
Detroit basketball. Yeah, not the Detroit. They find he plays if they keep tweaking the roster for his talent. That is the type of team that 2 years from now they're gonna be like, yo, they're kind of favorite. They might come out of the East. Yeah, right. Yeah, because this defense they play.
This start right here can help them. The East is down this. No, the East is down this year.
Oh, you mean get there this year?
I'm saying the East is down. I ain't saying winning, but the East is down this year. Get off to a hot start, 9-2. You take this shit into December, you still single-digit losses. Heading into the new year, hey man, that's a scary young team because they don't know no better. And they got a coach over there that's put a battery in their back. And he's not accepting anything less than play hard, defend, and fuck your opponent.
Yep.
And
that's
the way they playing. That's the way they're approaching him. Between him, Durant at the finals, they got a great chemistry, and he is fucking playing great right now. Yeah. If you bring Stewart off the bench, I think they got a good mix, man, of Detroit.
You know, it's so funny. We've seen it in real time. We've seen it with Monty Williams, right? They lost how many in a row?
28 straight games.
They lost 28 straight games, but how they lost?
A lot of close games.
You know what I mean? They lost a whole lot of close games, whistles, back passes, so it wasn't like they was getting blown out. It was like damn near half of these is wins. Once they start getting older, we're like, they're gonna win some of these.
No, you know the difference? The coach now, he used 4-letter words.
Oh, yeah.
I told y'all this.
Dark on it.
Like love? That could be one of them. Okay. After the game, but he used 4-letter words. Monty did, right? And like I said at the time, you got a bunch of YNs over there. That 4-letter words are some of the only thing they understand, man. Like, you got to cuss them out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking you, no. Them you got to talk crazy to. Because that's the only thing going to register to them. And I'm pretty the way he is, and they understand that, right? We can't do that shit we was doing. Like, we lose one in a row, he come. We lose two in a row, he coming and he gonna lose his shit. Yeah. He keeping it honest with us, letting us play freely, but he's holding us accountable. And like I said, it's a 4-letter words in that within them timeouts and the messages and locker room talks. Trust me.
As players, with those 4-letter words important for you guys to help.
Not poopy head.
I mean, there's a 4-letter word, but
ain't poopy head.
The F word.
Get on that flow and die.
Monty Williams might have said fudge.
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Darn it. Yeah, that type of listen, no.
Darn for a little no. Can you imagine your coach like getting mad at me and cussing?
Dead ass though, right? We look at in the NBA, right? No, most of us went to college, and some of us played for guys. But I'm pretty high school coach was saying, listen, the college. I tell people all the time, and the man I played for, we was everything except a nigga and a child of God, dog. Everything in between.
So he never called you either of those two?
No, child of God or a nigga. So everything in between was fair game with this man.
Yeah.
So then you get to the league, and I wish no, you can't. We lose and we down. Possessions ain't going our way. Our coach looking at us the way our body language is. We're not playing hard. We're not doing it. We're not rebounding the ball right there. You didn't box out. Man was open. You shot the bit no, address it. But you can't go in there, please, y'all, pass, please. Please don't work in the NBA. Please don't work in professional sports. If you want to be successful, please don't work. Please, thank you, yeah. Please don't work.
All time.
Those sarcasm, asshole, 4-letter words, work and winning and being competitive in sports. Certain guys don't make it in that position, man. Like, going on, you let one slip and you in the back praying, no, listen, get dude out of here.
Get dude out of here.
Like, you didn't say, damn, now you think now you got to go pray. Like, no, this not fair. Listen, no, but I have nothing against religion, nothing against another. I used to wonder how dudes used to go to chapel before the game. I've always wondered that, man.
You know, isn't that?
You think I went to chapel before the game, Nick?
Man, I wonder.
Exactly.
Yeah. You think about the chapel?
I'm thinking about something totally different. I'm saying some dudes did. I said I didn't understand how I could be in that mindset and then flip it to go out, because you know the way I play or how I am, and I black out when I'm on the floor. So it's good for some dudes. I'm not saying, but for me, I'm just we're in the weight room lifting and y'all over there, John 3:16. So I'm like,
wait, in the weight room?
I'm saying some dudes play, some dudes have chapel in the weight room. This is old shit. They didn't have a separate thing, right? Locker room. All right, they be in the weight room having chapel. You over there trying to
turned up, but
I can't hear. Because Lord knows I'm listening to in my headphones while they got chapel going. Like it's like. No, they be like the East, right?
That's when y'all came in the NBA. So they had a different room. Before it was like they'd try a weight room or something like that.
Everybody wasn't lifting. Certain dudes lift, everybody did, but you going there.
So then, weight rooms was open before the game, and then now you got somebody in there listening to this shit. Now he mad.
Or they come in there like, hey, we got chapel in. And so I'm like,
nah.
I just, I get it.
You're praying for my luggage.
We have Bible study after every episode of Gil's reading. Never see any of y'all there. Never see any of our Bible study.
I came on a veteran team, so obviously they used to do that. And then my second year when I was playing, they come to chapel, I'm listening to Tupac. You know what I mean? Ambitions of a rock. Ambitions of a rock.
I'm skipping over the appointment thing.
Pass me the ball. I know how you play. I'm trying to get ready. I know how praise the Lord. You're sitting there, all eyes on me, like, yeah.
Because I didn't turn. Once I turned my back and once the game, once we get close, I would turn my chair around and I'm facing the locker. Right? I'm facing the locker. I don't. What else is going on didn't matter at that point, right? I'm so, I can psych myself up so much right off.
No time to pray.
It does not.
But you gotta be ready for the ref.
Yeah, but back to Kate.
Make sure you
No.
This is why we love this show, because we can go on changes and come right back to where we started.
I just think the way he's been playing, I think he is the future point guard for the USA team in 2028.
Okay.
I think the pace he keeps going, his style of play. I mean, he's averaging, what you say, 27,
28,
right now. And he has to take a lot of load on the team because offensively they struggle a little bit. Defensively, I mean, they remind me of Houston Rockets last year, but just with the number one option this year to me, defensively and everything. So I'm excited for Detroit. I was a little worried in the beginning. They started off a little sluggish, but they was able to turn the table. So, and I don't mind the 46 shots from K.
No, not at all. I just had to point out, if y'all read stats, I mentioned important pertinent numbers that are topical time.
You don't do this all the time. This is.
He had to put the team on his back. Second night of back-to-back.
They had 11 players middle. Like the thing, like he had 11 assists in this effort as well. Guys that shoot that much and have that many points, they don't have them kind of assists numbers. So he's going to average 10, 11 assists with his 27. He's going second team All NBA.
So you also mentioned Jalen Duren, so we got to give some love to the fourth-year big man.
Shea and Luka got
Jalen Duren.
He's
in the midst of a career year. Duren putting up a career high 19 points, 12 rebounds, 1.2 blocks, and 1.1 steals per game. Cunningham and Duren each have 7 double-doubles this season, which is the most by any duo in the league right now. Both tied for third most in the league. Pistons have the 4th best defense in the league, 6th best net rating so far this season. So just y'all have faith in this Pistons squad. I mean, we talked about the Bulls recently. They kind of suffered some losses, but Pistons out first.
They built different. They don't know that. They've been losing. They lost 28 games. A lot of them dudes.
Yeah, they lost 28 games.
A lot of them dudes are there for that.
All of them.
Them all the dudes are there for that. The only one, Timmy gone.
But
for the most part, a lot of them dudes they suffered those losses, so they've been through the fire already, right? Yeah, they
gonna be.
Y'all.
They gonna come back to the Cavs. When is Tobias up?
Because that's a lot of money that's coming off that cap. That they add someone that they use as three.
Took in 3. It's the final year of his deal, making $26 million this year.
This year?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Final year of his deal. Oh my God. This is going to have, I think, what, $105 million committed next year in salary.
Yeah, they're going to get some.
So with them, it's basically no impulsive decisions.
No, wait.
Look at what you have. Look at what is necessary for your team's success. Right? Don't do the James Harden and you get a Ibaka and then you realize, oh shit, we don't do that. You see what the core is first. Then you put pieces around them.
So Jalen Duren, I think 5 year eligible for extensions. I think this off.
They play Detroit basketball.
It's rugged. It's rugged.
Like
I said,
it's real rugged and tough. It's like
last year with the playoffs against New York, you see how hard they play.
They gave Detroit a run. They gave more. They gave niggas run for their goddamn money. So just about that confidence coming into this season, man. Listen.
Shout out to one of our favorite cities, Detroit. Nothing but love for the city of Detroit. Get them started again. All right, we're good.
Favorite, like
one of our. We have a list that will be in there somewhere.
I mean, they'll be in a list of cities. I mean, somewhere in there.
About 28 in the NBA city. Sounds better, but
that's not the worst.
You know, I'm not trying. Look.
I just I've never went out. I never went out.
I don't want to go out there.
What? Detroit? Yeah, Detroit cracking. Beautiful. I guess when we got there in town, we went out there. There, Memphis, Minnesota, Milwaukee.
I went to some place when I was playing. I had no business being in Detroit.
We stayed at Auburn Hills, right? You guys stayed back there, right? Yeah. So it's
trying to back me out.
Yeah. But I mean, Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham was nice.
I know.
Detroit.
Choose to lean into it.
You went out?
Yes, in Birmingham. Yeah.
There's a lot of bars and shit around.
Yeah, Churchill. They got a cigar lounge. They got
J. Alexander's restaurant. They got the Ball Somerset Mall.
I'm sorry.
I got a
I'm sorry. Listen. You was in New Jersey, so anything outside of New Jersey looked great.
No, you was in New York. The Garden
was in Milwaukee. Anything outside of Milwaukee was goddamn.
What's name was nice though.
What?
When we talking about right around
Birmingham is a very.
That shit was. But we was going. I was going to Detroit.
I come down.
No, but when you guys get NBA teams, you guys stayed at the nice area.
I didn't come down.
I know that. Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, where you were at.
I didn't even know Toronto was popping.
That's
crazy.
I'm not coming down.
Crazy. Spots. We was one way in and one way out of Detroit.
Yeah.
So I went to. I feel them spots.
Yeah.
So you didn't.
Amazing cornbread up in D.C.
What's that nice though? Like, it was like the mall was cool, nice restaurants over there.
I think it was
Had Ocean Prime over there.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Cone, and this Thunder team might be the best basketball team to ever play the sport. I'm not saying that because I'm a Thunder fan. I'm just saying because the numbers are early on. Back up that's going to be a conversation. By the time we get to the end of the season tonight, they destroyed the Lakers with not even really close. It was a 30-point game by halftime, and that's in the second half of a back-to-back after they annihilated the Warriors by 24 points. Also, not really a game once they got to the second half. This team is destroying everybody left and right. They're 12-1 on the season and have an average margin of victory of 15.5 points, which right now is on pace to shatter the record that last year's Thunder set at 12.9. Jalen Williams has not played yet. Lou Dort has missed 6 games. Chet has missed 4. Aaron Wiggins has missed 4. Kenrich Williams has not played this season. Multiple rotation players, Isaiah Joe missed the beginning of the year too, have been out in every single game the Thunder played so far this year. It just hasn't mattered. They still look like one of the best teams ever to start the season. The defense is somehow better. Last year's defensive unit was in the conversation for the best we've ever seen. I think it was definitely the best perimeter defense ever, but you could argue some others as overall defensive units. Right now, the gap between the Thunder's defense and everybody else's is astronomical. It's the biggest there's ever been. And, maybe that changes by the end of the season, but right now, the Thunder have a defensive rating of 103 flat. The Nuggets are at number 2, but shout out to Denver. They've been amazing this season. We'll talk about them in a little bit. They're at a 109.4. It is a 6.4 difference in defensive rating from number 1 to number 2. We have never seen that before. For conversation last year, it was a gap of 2.5 between the Thunder and the Magic, and that in and of itself was historic. This might be the best defense ever. There are all defensive players left and right. Casey Wallace just had multiple games in a row where he clamped up John Morant, then Steph Curry, then Luka Doncic. 3 players who are vastly different offensively, and none of them could get anything going against Casey Wallace, who should be a lock for an all-defensive first-team spot this season if he plays enough games. Alex Caruso, again, Lou Dort has missed a lot of time. Hasn't really mattered. You've got Chet Holmgren down low, another all-defensive player. Isaiah Hartenstein is an extra rim protector and a really big body. Shea is good defensively. There is no weak links. Even guys like Isaiah Joe, AJ Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins, everybody competes on that end. Not to mention, Jalen Williams has not played this season. J-Dub, who was not only an All-NBA player and an All-Star last season, he was all-defense. He was a lock guarantee on that team. And he hasn't even played yet, and the Thunder still have by far the best defense. It's not even, again, a conversation so far this season. So they've not only built up their biggest strength, one of the biggest strengths any team has ever had, but the offense has also vastly improved this season. The numbers might not reflect this huge shift, but it is the case. If you watch the Thunder, the eye test shows you this is a much better offense, one much better built to be successful in the playoffs. Again, even with so many guys missing time. Of course, the biggest part of that is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's giving, again, 33 points per game, over 6.5 assists. He's become a really good playmaker. There were multiple passes in this Lakers game that Shai wasn't even thinking about making a couple of years ago, but now because he's seen so many coverages, there's really no way you can slow him down. I thought J.J. Redick threw an interesting scheme. They were sending a lot of help at the baseline. It just didn't matter. Shai was throwing passes over the whole defense and finding somebody wide open. It took him 3 possessions. He's like, okay, I know how to score against this. Once Shai sees the defense once, he kind of just knows exactly what to do. You can't stop him in the mid-range. The three-point shot, especially that step-back three, has become a big weapon. He's getting some catch-and-shoot threes this season off of passes from A.J. Mitchell, who we'll talk about. He's one of the best rim finishers in the sport. Shai is one of the best offensive players that has ever played the game of basketball.
Okay, so I'm trying out the Auto Brush, and I have to say this thing is really cool. It comes with everything you need right in the box. The charging case, the plug, and it's all so sleek and organized. Once you set it up, you just apply your toothpaste right onto the brush and you're ready to go. Now here's the fun part. It lights up. Red helps with gum health and killing bacteria, and the blue light works on whitening your teeth. It even vibrates to help clean, but you do need to move it around a bit to reach all the spots, especially the molars. It cleans your teeth at just 30 seconds, which is amazing. I think this is such a great option for anyone with mobility issues or even for kids. They actually have adorable designs like dinosaurs. Such a fun and easy way to keep everyone's smile clean.
Who is by your side.
He's giving you 30 points and like 6 to 8 assists a night in 3 quarters. Because guess what? Shea hasn't had to play over half of the fourth quarters that we've had so far this season. He has played 6 out of 13 fourth quarters for the Thunder. He's on pace to sit at like 50 of them. He's probably not going to, but that's the pace he's on right now. And again, I need to remind you, Jalen Williams has not played yet so far this season. Chet Holmgren is taking a big step forward offensively. The turnaround mid-range jumper has been lethal. It's just automatic for him. He's gotten a lot better, a lot more control, getting downhill, getting to the rim. The three-point shot looks more comfortable there. The footwork, Chet has taken a big-time step forward. It's similar to what we saw at the beginning of last season, which I tried to tell people that this year Chet was going to be in for an offensive jump because to start last season before he broke his hip, Chet was looking like a whole new player on that end. And when he came back, he didn't quite have the same aggression. He wasn't involved in the same way. They were trying to figure out, how do we acclimate Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein this double big thing? And more often than not, the double big was a negative. Now, when Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein share the court, it's like a plus 20. They are annihilating teams because of the rebounding, because of the defense, the size, the connection. There have been so many moments where Chet has gotten the ball in the middle. He's flashed there in the middle of the zone or just got to that spot and defense collapses. And Isaiah Hartenstein cuts it off the baseline and gets a dunk wide open. Those two have such ridiculous chemistry already, and they haven't even played that much together. They just kind of needed an off season and sometime last year to get acclimated. Now they're one of the most lethal frontcourt duos in the entire sport of basketball. Not to mention Isaiah Hartenstein himself is just playing his best basketball, averaging a career-high 12.9 points to go with 11.4 rebounds. He's attacking off the dribble more. He's going ahead and nailing that little floater push shot every single time. And again, we talked about the lobs. He had a career-high over 30 points against the Sacramento Kings. Basically just bodied up against guys
right now. Even though I be on that Giannis shit.
Thunder have improved as a passing team in a big way, and part of that is AJ Mitchell. And if you didn't pay attention to the Thunder last season outside of the playoffs,
that nigga, he's consistent. That's the thing about him. He is a point guard. Niggas be trying to say here too. He's a point guard. That nigga consistently averages like 7 to 8 assists a game, bro. No cap. And then that nigga plays defense. He rebounds the ball. And he's a competitor. And plus, that nigga is a consistent 30 a night. Like, niggas averaging 33. And they're like, come on, nigga was averaging 30, 32, 33. Like, what are we talking about? Let's just call him 30. Just call that nigga 30. Like, that nigga's nice. I know Jokic is on this tear. I know that nigga Giannis doing his thing. I know Luka is doing his thing. But this dude is too consistent. And they don't even have Jalen Williams, which is insane. Insane.
Playoffs. You probably don't know the name AJ Mitchell. You're going to learn it over the course of this season, especially when he plays your favorite team, because AJ Mitchell was a rookie last year. He was on a 2-way contract. He played really well, but then got injured. I believe it was a toe, if I remember right, and missed a majority of the middle chunk of the year, played like 1 or 2 games in the playoffs outside of some garbage time, but he was not able to refine his spot in the rotation that late in the season. This year, he's a staple. He has started 4 games, and he's the 3rd leading scorer for this team. 17.2 points per game to go with 4 assists and 1.8 steals. As a guy who wasn't even part of the rotation last season. And one of the issues the Thunder ran into in the playoffs last year was a lack of half-court creation, being able to get downhill outside of like Shea and Jalen Williams. AJ has been an automatic paint touch this entire season. He's really shifty. He's really quick. He's so good at finishing right-handed or left-handed. He had a nice mid-range jumper. The only thing that's not really been falling for him is the three-point shot, which was a huge weapon for him last year. So I feel very confident it'll come along. He's got really good pace and vision as a playmaker through a great lob to Hartenstein falling down tonight. The teams that win the NBA championship and make all the records that the Thunder did last season are not supposed to have guys like him just pop into existence. but that's the way that it's going. And having him to play alongside Shea and Jalen Williams as an extra creator makes this team so much more lethal offensively. Aaron Wiggins is averaging 15 points. Isaiah Joe is averaging 15.6. That three-point shot, his release is much quicker. It's much more flexible. He can get it off in closer quarters. Casey Wallace is one of the biggest transition weapons in the league. I haven't even really talked about Alex Screw.
One of the things students love about Culinary School Online with the Scopier is the toolkit. Our students can receive a starter kit of professional tools, including knives, a chef coat, and other basics to help them complete their assignments. When it comes to baking...
The WWE War Games lineup is starting to take shape. We pretty much know who it's going to be on the women's side based on how things unfolded on this week's Raw, and seems like the teams are pretty much set there. However, still some things to be determined on the men's side, of course, based on other events that happened on this week's Raw, which did feature John Cena's final stop in Boston on his retirement tour. Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship from Dominic Mysterio to add a little bit more intrigue as to what's going to happen with the 17-time world champion on the road to his last match at Saturday Night's Main Event on December 13th. But we also got the confirmation of War Games, thanks to William Regal himself popping up and saying, well, War Games. And so it's going to be CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso on one side. It's going to be The Vision and Logan Paul on the other side, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul. But we got to figure out who's going to round out these two teams, and that is where the suspense comes in. And it at least seems like, on paper, that WWE is going to lean into this idea of the all-star teams. We are not just putting a bunch of random people into these matches. We are going to go with the top stars in this men's War Games match to make it an absolute must-see attraction and must-see from the standpoint of all the different history between some of these participants, both with each other and with members of the opposing team. Now, again, we know we got CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso on one side. But I think where the mystery here is, are we going to get what a lot of people expect to be Roman Reigns and John Cena potentially joining this all-star team of CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, John Cena, and Roman Reigns? Now, if that is the case, again, this is what Triple H and WWE loves in this era, is to look at this and feel like you have all the little history you can tell in this one match, right? Everyone's trapped inside the cage. There's no outs. Everyone has to find a way to coexist in this match, just as the theme was last year with Roman Reigns and CM Punk trying to coexist on that side against Solo and his crew, right? This year, it will be taken to another level, and a level of which maybe we've not ever seen before in a WWE-type War Games match. This could be an all-timer, just again, based on the idea that if it is those five, and all of those guys are having to figure out a way to team up together when everyone has kind of a hidden motivation behind what they're actually seeking, it sets up so many fascinating directions for what you can do moving forward. And on the other side, if you have Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and people are also speculating who are going to be the people that could join those three guys, I think it's pretty clear. I think Brock Lesnar is probably going to be one of those people. It just seems like Brock has sort of disappeared since the win over John Cena at WrestlePalooza, which we said, what did that win really mean? Well, if you put Cena in War Games and you have Lesnar in War Games, you can at least revisit that a little bit, even though Brock just kicked his ass at WrestlePalooza, and that was that. And you could also tie in the story with Cody here when it comes to Drew McIntyre. I know there are conflicting reports out there, it seems, as to Drew McIntyre maybe taking time off for a little while due to the suspension that he received from Nick Aldis on SmackDown. But there are other people saying, well, no, Drew's not filming this movie until next year, and so this suspension just would simply be part of the story, right? And if that's the case, well, Drew would be an obvious addition to this match to give it that all-star type feel, because if you have Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, which remember, those last two teamed up at SummerSlam, so there's a connection you already have there between McIntyre and Paul. And then you've got Lesnar. You are putting together, again, bravo to WWE if this is how it unfolds, even if maybe a little bit filled, a little bit thrown together. You have an all-star team on that side, too. And all the different interactions you can have between Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. That's something that people have been wanting to see. And all the different ways you could go about this, right? So this is setting up to be a War Games match that could change WWE forever, because you have so many guys in here that have a backstory with each other, and all of this as Survivor Series is going to lead to our road to the Royal Rumble and to WrestleMania 42. And so I think this is where we talked about all the different dynamics they've been teasing. Jey Uso heel turn, Cody Rhodes heel turn, right? Like all those kind of things. I've made it very clear when I think about the Cody one. I don't see it right now, but I guess stranger things have happened. The Jey one would be fascinating because Jey kind of feels like the odd man out. If you really look at this all-star team and the way it's assembled, look at Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and John Cena. If it is that way, all right, we're just going to throw it out there that this may be the route they're going. Or they could just do John Cena versus Dominic again and have a rematch in San Diego, which would make sense for Dominic to get the title back from Cena in San Diego. So even if they don't go that way, right, you still have something where if it's a 4-on-4, you can still add Roman to this team. I don't think there's any question about it. LA Knight's not going to get them out of the Roman in the spot. It should be Roman Reigns based on, again, the stories they're going to have here. And maybe on the other side, maybe it's not Drew McIntyre. Maybe the suspension does keep him off TV for a little while. And you just add Lesnar, which, Heyman adding Lesnar, I mean, there's no reason to act like that wouldn't make sense. So, any way you slice it, Jey being the person kind of in the role of maybe he is the guy who eventually they're like, you know what, we're going to go a completely different direction with Jey. And we got maybe costs, some won the match here, whether it's Roman, whether it's Punk, whether it's Cody. Like, there are so many ways that you could do this where all of a sudden my excitement for this War Games match is going up. And just the all-star type theme, if this is the route they're going, and not to say they have kind of stacked the War Games lineup before, but this one feels different, right? This does feel like one that has a sort of groundbreaking type impact moving forward, heading into next year. Maybe even for some of these competitors for the rest of their careers, right? This may be the kind of match that changes them. That's War Games. Changes to it. Going to War Games, why not, right? So that may be the story that WWE wants to tell with all these participants. And so I do think that they have done, at least now, something that sets up the idea that this is going to be an unforgettable match that will have a lot of consequences for a lot of these participants and what their direction is going to be moving forward. And like I said, it probably sets up your early look at the Royal Rumble, but maybe more so sets up an early look at what matches they may have in mind for WrestleMania 42. You mentioned the Seth Rollins injury, that could have thrown some things for a loop, I have no doubt, but
the basis of keeping don't use stop losses. That basically means that say you answer the and yet they give you based on the overall of your evidence. So when you have a feeling now, the problem is that this building said this price and this price alone. So you and I have an advantage over them where we can actually say in the stop loss and say, I'm wrong in the trade.
You really look at this, and yes, we've still got to figure out who's going to John Cena on December 13th, and who's going to win the tournament, and all that stuff. All these top participants, these are your core guys who are going to make up your main event of WrestleMania 42 on both nights, probably. And so, what combination will you get there? And what do you have to kind of work with in those matches? The stories they can tell in these War Games, which it's called what it is as well. War Games gives you a little more time. It gives you the time to kind of get sink your teeth into those stories a little bit more because you have the different minutes between the participants, all that coming in. So you can tell these stories in a better way versus just trying to do it all separate. That was the thing, right? We wondered, okay, you just do your normal men's War Games match, your women's War Games match. You have Cody in his second match. I've seen him in his next match. And then you really just stop the bottom. But I don't know that that's as necessary, given how long these War Games matches are, to have it be that way, to where you kind of feel like one is lesser than the other. Why not just put them all together and see what happens? And I think that's your story. With all these combustible elements inside of a steel cage where they can't get out, and see what happens. If that's the case, if that's the direction we're heading, I'm all for it. And like I mentioned, they could even, go with the idea that maybe you don't put Cena in this. maybe do the Cena versus Dom rematch or something like that, I'd probably be okay with that too. But any way you slice it, you're going to add Roman Reigns into the mix here. I'd be shocked if that doesn't happen. And having Roman being with Cody, one of his biggest rivals ever, having Roman team with CM Punk, one of his biggest rivals ever, and having Roman team with Jey Uso, given the story they've been telling, that's fascinating stuff. Especially if on the other side, you're adding in a Brock Lesnar and/or Drew McIntyre to the mix. There's plenty to work with there too, given the history between all these competitors. And I know people are, wondering, what about a Jimmy Uso? What about an LA Knight? I tend to look at this now and feel like they're going to be just pivoted away from those guys being involved, because otherwise, where are they, right? I mean, Jimmy's not been a factor whatsoever, really, at all here in recent weeks. LA Knight, everybody's making a lot of, I know the promo that was cut mid-promo last night on Raw. So it seems like he's the odd man out. We're not anything new for LA Knight, unfortunately. And yeah, if this is the direction they're headed in, you've got to think that they would be looking at the visual of being able to promote teams that include CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, and again, maybe John Cena. It doesn't get much better than that. So that seems to be where we're headed. And I want to know what you guys think about that idea. And if it happens, all the different stories you could tell. Again, all the different people that could be changed coming out of this match forever, potentially. And the different stories and the history and all the things they can do. But WWE does well when they really put the effort into it. They can do these kind of things well in terms of all the callbacks and history and all that between these competitors. And so I am much more intrigued by War Games than I was a couple weeks ago now. And I think this is the reason why, is knowing that you still have big moments you're setting up for. Roman Reigns has to come back. Raw at Madison Square Garden next week. It's going to be...
It was slow.
You got the number one receiver.
Thunder trail by 7. To the paint. Here's Williams.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride. It makes it look easy.
Well, Lex, the last few years, big men have been owning the MVP discussion. Now, enter SGA.
Yeah, and BA, this is the scariest part. SGA has room to grow. The guy is still in his mid-20s and is arguably the best player in the game.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Inside. And stolen by Williams. Now here's SGA. To the inside. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Back to Paul. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Here's Batum. Off the mark there with a 3. Thunder trail by 3. No question, this offense has some firepower.
And they're looking very confident in all that they're doing right now.
Dort. Outside for SGA. Rebounded by Lopez. Dunn attacking. Here's Batum. That 3's off the mark.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Dort. Pass to Williams. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And it's Lopez with the jam.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. So both teams changing it up here. A minute and a half left in the first half. Holmgren outside. Tried to bank it in, but it misses. Los Angeles leading by 3. Out to Leonard. Out left to the wing. Here's Harden. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Outside, SGA. There's 42 seconds left in the second. Dort outside. Oh, sweet move. And he lays it up and in.
And clearly Dort knows how to operate inside, making his way to a high percentage shot.
Pass to Leonard. Fires for 3. On target from range. Leonard's got 8. And SGA has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 4-point game. Nifty move. Wallace outside. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. The Clippers on top, leading by 4. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Thunder trail by 4. Here's SGA. Outside for Dort. Holmgren outside. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, James Harden is very comfortable at the controls of the Clippers offense, and Coach Ty Lue said he sees the game how I see it, from a point guard's point of view, a coach's point of view, how teams are playing us defensively, how we can capitalize and take advantage of it. Brian, back to you.
A tremendous IQ. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Back to SGA. Just 5 to shoot. SGA using that size.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
The Clippers lead by 4. And Tim, to have the success that SGA has had, is there something different to his approach?
Well, B.A., I just think he's so shifty, so quick in changing directions, and he can decelerate once he gets into the paint. That change of pace makes it very difficult to stop, and it's the reason he's the perennial league leader in drives to the rim.
Shout out Canada too, eh?
Of the North.
Gilgeous-Alexander is just that good, finishing the play through the foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, B.A., the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV?
Oh, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
Even better answer.
Here's SGA, following the score by Los Angeles. The ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Collins. Some room here for Beal. Again, the Clippers score.
Look at Beal asserting himself in the mid-range, reminding the defense that he could take that.
Holmgren's got room. The Thunder with another miss.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
And it's good for 2. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. 9 points in the game. And he'll take a trip to the line for two. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
And that's a veteran move from the young fella, as Holmgren draws contact on that shot.
Oklahoma City shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight. And so Ty Lue calls a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And so Paul will bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by 4. Up top, Dunn. Pulls up on the wing. Yes, it's good. Dunn's got his 2nd basket of the game. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Here's Caruso. Pass to Hartenstein. Up and over Dunn. And Hartenstein gets it to go.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Now here's Batum. 6 points for him. Now here's Dunn. Clock at 4. And the dunk by Jones.
Well, Batum can do a little of everything out there, including making quality passes to wide open guys.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. A minute 15 left in the 3rd. Pass to Caruso. Here's Holmgren. Look at Chet using his size inside.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
And Lopez gets it to go.
A point-blank range. That is too easy.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Left side Joe. From deep, Mitchell. No good there.
Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Chalk up 2 there.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Their offense is cooking right now, and that's because the execution has been there.
And he gets the bucket.
And this is why so many are high on Holmgren. His ability to dominate games with his scoring.
Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. It's been a good one. It's Los Angeles up by 6. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter when we return. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Outside Jones. This one for 3. SGA pulls it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And here's Lopez. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Caruso. And the foul called on Nick Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. On the wing, Caruso. Four on the clock. Puts the move on. And the layup is up and in.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense.
And the Clippers lead by 7.
Down in the corner, Beal shoots with confidence. Just one more area he can score from consistently.
And a nice finish on the layup.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
And Harden's got the ball here for the LA Clippers. Leonard outside. Collins a screen. Down low. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Yeah, that's a good look for Collins. I like the offensive approach right there.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Dagnall
Rock Nation just keeps on getting exposed. All year, we have been hearing new damning stories surface about Rock Nation. In the last few months alone, I covered several industry insiders calling them out. Academics has called them out, Nicki Minaj has called them out, and even the daughter of the CEO of Rock Nation has called them out too. But now it turns out Rock Nation is once again being exposed. And this time is by a personal assistant who was hired by Rock Nation under orders of their artist Lil Uzi Vert. This personal assistant filed the lawsuit against Lil Uzi and Rock Nation, suing Uzi for alleged sexual harassment and suing Rock Nation because when she brought it to their attention, they allegedly ignored it, allowing Uzi's inappropriate behavior to continue unchecked. Now, this personal assistant has filed a lawsuit and provided verified text messages between her and Lil Uzi that seems to indicate Uzi might have learned a few things from Diddy. The lawsuit and text exchange reveals just how these celebrities use their money and fame to force those who work for them to compromise themselves for opportunities. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the latest lawsuit filed against Rock Nation and Lil Uzi Vert. Let's get right into it. It seems like the Rock Nation files are never coming to an end. Just a few days back, Rock Nation was exposed again. This time, it was reported that Rock Nation and his artist Lil Uzi Vert were being sued by Uzi's former personal assistant. This former personal assistant, identified only as Jane Doe, filed a lawsuit against Lil Uzi and Rock Nation in October 2025, alleging sexual harassment, wage violations, and a house-to-work environment. The plaintiff claimed she met the rapper while she was working at a Balenciaga store in Los Angeles in 2022. According to the lawsuit, Uzi was reportedly impressed by her service and offered her a job as a personal assistant. And not long after the problem started, she claimed that during her employment from 2022 to April 2025, she was subjected to sexual harassment, extreme hours without overtime pay, and a hostile work environment, which eventually led to her resignation. According to Jane Doe, she started receiving inappropriate text messages and experiencing other forms of harassment shortly after she began working with Uzi. She claims that this is when Uzi started demanding more than expected from a personal assistant, as he began flirting with her and making unwanted advances. Uzi sent her text messages that she included in the lawsuit. One text message read, "Let me see that booty." Another read, "I'm by myself right now, send me something," essentially asking for intimate photos. In another message, Uzi asked her to come rub him down before she left. But the weirdest message he could have sent to one of his employees was this one, texting his assistant, "You're more than my assistant, you're my B-word." She also alleged that Uzi would become verbally abusive and hostile when she rejected these advances, which she claims occurred when the rapper was under the influence of drugs. The worst part of this all is when Jane Doe tried to report it to Rock Nation, who did nothing about it. The reason Rock Nation comes into play with all of this is because they represent Lil Uzi. Uzi is signed to Rock Nation's management just like Megan Thee Stallion. Rock Nation was the one who formally hired Jane Doe to be Uzi's personal assistant, offering her a yearly salary of $100,000 for the job. Shortly after they hired her and Uzi started harassing her, she attempted to report it to Rock Nation, specifically bringing it up to Desiree Perez. The lawsuit stated that the management team tolerated the alleged persistent sexual harassment via explicit text and verbal comments. They did nothing to stop the verbal abuse outburst of the Uzi Vert. So in the lawsuit, she sued the company because she claims they were aware of the alleged misconduct and failed to take action to prevent it or address her complaints, effectively tolerating a hostile work environment. The lawsuit was looking strong as the assistant had text messages and other evidence to prove her claims. But strangely, just days after the lawsuit was filed, it was dropped by the personal assistant. The lawsuit was dropped with prejudice, meaning she can refile it in the future. But besides this, there is no more information on why she dropped the lawsuit. But in my opinion, it was likely because Lil Uzi and Rock Nation settled the lawsuit before it went to court, which is what happens with many of these cases. But if so, this confirms the allegations to be true. His bios what they settled it.
Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines tonight, Ali LaForce. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and this New York crowd wants some love from their Knicks. Tip-off goes to Orlando. And he uses the glass on the layup. GA, this has all the makings of a high-scoring contest. We've got two outstanding offensive teams.
Both very skilled at shooting the ball, but that's exactly why this game will be decided by stops. Defense wins against teams who are elite scoring.
A kick out to Bain. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Trash as hell, nigga. Cry baby ass nigga.
This is partly because of companies like Rock Nation. As you can see, Rock Nation chose to
Here's Brunson.
ignoring this women's cries for help and
banked in off the glass.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
Here's Ben
flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. 2 points. That one goes.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And that one is good from Suggs.
Bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from, and a Hall of Fame coach.
Suggs in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Okay, time to take a breath, fellas. Plays like that should not happen.
Influence someone.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York.
It's way more
to the inside. And stolen by Wagner. Bridges with the steal. Brunson with a clean look. A long distance three. Brunson's got 9.
Neat shot there by Brunson. You got to admire how confident that young man is.
And Caro outside. Pass to Suggs.
I'm enjoying this parallel.
Lock at 6.
People who are clean really got luck.
And Carter has it in the corner. It's the corners off the
watching the last couple.
New York leading by 3.
How I always hope like we need to support things. It's very different. Like I just teams
out to Brunson. It's a nice passing by New York here. Inside. Suggs with the steal. Shooting foul.
And Rock Nation being sued. Now I love YouTube. This is nothing personal towards him. But I only bring this up because I have to kind of
as the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Continue to shine a light onto what
it's gonna go
everyone else.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls.
He doesn't get the second one. And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, he can cross you up, hit you with the spin move, score over either shoulder. This young man is a force.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Orlando?
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And here is Suggs. After Jalen Brunson getting his shot to go from deep. Banchero, that's good.
And great work inside. This is where Banchero feasts.
Now Brunson. 12 points for him. Here's Yabusele. Makes it off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to Suggs. Over in the corner, Banchero. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Suggs. Off target from outside. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. New York shooting their first free throw this game.
It's an instant loss, but
there's 14 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
With how fast Brunson plays, his pull-up is really unguarded.
How people affect.
And stolen by Hart. Jalen Brunson has been on display for the New York Knicks. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle is so important. They've been sharp so far, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
The finish was nice, but
for the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Bitadze can't hit.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one.
And for such a young team, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend. Kicks it out the jump. But that three is off the mark. The Knicks lead 5-6. Great offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking and creating a little separation here. Gaining
they've locked in during the stretch. They didn't
Stop the run. Especially after the it's good. The time running down to the shot clock.
And they've done well in taking advantage of some latent defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint. Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
It's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. To the middle. Here's Carter. The rebound by Yabusele. The Knicks with the lead. Brunson with it. 14 points for him. Good. Brunson, no fear down low.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Right about that. Seems like they have
Comes to Bailey. From outside the arc. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Knicks lead by 10.
Showing that after the very drop like a opponent, she actually realized that the
Oh, good on the triple.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury them.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allen LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on our shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised.
Her daughter accused Desiree Perez of trying to falsely institutionalize her and have her husband arrested because she simply didn't like him. Her daughter sued her, accusing her of paying off judges, police officers, and doctors to help her plans of illegally institutionalizing him.
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie.
Great with some force on the interior. You gotta love Carter Jr. playing with that level of physicality.
And it's not about they say it was last touch by Carter.
Past that long and better be on target. Otherwise, it's impossible to make
make a play.
Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at him, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
And that one's good. Suggs.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Just like we saw with Bain.
And here's Brunson outside. And Bain pulls it down.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Suggs. Banchero, right side. Doubled by Hart. Back to Banchero. 4 on the clock. Here's Black. No good with the triple. New York leading by 9. Brunson's leading the 4. Bucket is good.
And he's got the confidence. Brunson playing out of his mind.
Outside, Suggs. A kick out to Bain. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And that concludes the first half. Knicks lead by 11. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Brunson outside. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Wagner. Kicks it out to Banchero. Carter outside. Outside, Suggs. 5 on the clock. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. And that's now 6 points for Jalen Suggs. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. The Wizard has definitely become a shooter's league. The ability to knock down threes now becoming pivotal.
Oh, I think it's fascinating to see the skills evolve in the game change. Even if, as someone who was a shooter later in his career, I feel a little bit left out.
They recover it. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Basket good. Brunson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Knicks.
When you allow good scores to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And this Magic team, Greg, hangs its hat on size, on switchability, and toughness.
Yeah, they contest everything and play with real discipline. For a young group, that is uncommon, and it's a big reason they've taken the lead.
And Carter with his second chance points. Carter's got 6.
How about the effort by Carter? Always lurking there on the offensive glass.
The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And the Knicks lead by 11.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Banchero. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here's Brunson. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Over Suggs. Brunson, no good. The tray. And it's Suggs missing. New York with the ball. Brunson outside. Here's the 3. There it is. Brunson Brunson with the deep shot.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the three, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
That one falls.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
The kick out to Anunoby. To Brunson. Fires from deep. And no good. The Magic trailed by 12. Banchero outside. Good on the triple. Banchero's got 14.
And this is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Brunson with it. Picked up by Suggs. And it's Brunson missing. And here is Suggs. 6 points for him.
He's not mad at me. He can have a job.
Shot clock at 6. Banchero scores the double. On the wing. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Crazy. A lot of history, right? Yeah, it just seems like
104
there's a
left here in the third
superstar.
Brunson outside.
Here I got
just 4 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot.
I know this is
Clark, that's good.
Great feed there by Jalen Brunson. A terrific facilitator.
So it don't seem like
Out to the right
at this
wing.
point you might as well just be
No
just
one near Banchero as he lets it go.
Oh.
And a three-pointer, no good. 5 seconds separate the shot game clocks.
Let's take a look at the time, man.
To the paint. And finished off by Banchero.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Brunson, no good.
So, now, after the season,
Here's Black. The layup missed. And so it's New York in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Shooting the ball so
but in the midst of that,
the fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have with us. The Magic trailed by 9.
2026 pick this upcoming years, and then 27, 30 games out of.
Now here's Jones. Doubled by Hart. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Not rewarded. In the midst of this, the not rewarded.
Under on the wing.
We go up. Knicks
with the rebound.
Matthews to Boston with 5 in the finals.
Led by as many as 14 points. Here's McBride. The rebound by Batazzi. Wagner, right side. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. 6'10" GA. Franz Wagner provides great versatility to this offense.
Yeah, and he's a solid decision maker, capable of running the show. He's a gifted scorer and playmaker. Plus, he provides matchup problems with that size.
Towns. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jonathan Isaac. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
The outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense. You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Here's De Silva. The good-looking shot from the wing. De Silva's got 5 points now this quarter. Hudson on the wing. New York missing again. The Magic trailed by 5. Terrific assist and nice finish. Solid play all around. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Knicks.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Towns the screen. Clarkson looking for an opening. For 3. And it doesn't go. The Magic trailed by 5. Isaac. Jones outside. From outside. And there's the 3.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
Clarkson. No problem with the wide open jet.
And how about the confidence of Clarkson? Oh, man, believes in his abilities. And, boy, this team sure believes in him.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us, an update. Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamal Mosley was just for playing with his team. And Coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting goalie near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
Allie, we thank you for that. The 3 doesn't go. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
A glance around the floor pays off, and Wagner spots the open man.
A minute 50 left.
Fuck this time it is. What time it is, nigga?
Brunson.
Trash ass nigga. What time it is?
And it misses.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe he would adopt a pass-first mentality.
If they would hit that, it would be game over.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Led by as many as 14 points. 6 on the shot clock. Towns outside.
Yeah.
Robinson. Outside, Brunson.
Oh, yeah, he fucked up. He tried. 3 chances.
On offense, here in the Magic.
3 chances, then nigga blew it.
15-26 run.
Oh, shit. You blew it. You blew it, my boy. Don't worry about that. He trash. He's scared. The game on the line. He's scary as hell. Ha! Game on the line. He's scary as hell, boy.
To take the lead.
I ain't scary though. I ain't scary, nigga. I ain't scary, nigga. Man, that's green bean.
Big time possession here.
Don't do it. Oh shit,
Brunson goes in.
You can see the times. I like that. I like that. I'll try to bet. That's it.
Get a bigger bucket than that.
Johnny Man sound off. Fuck is going down when you see me with the rock in my hand, nigga. Johnny Man.
Here's Wagner.
Blew that, Desmond.
That's another one of those so they can get him in the
You have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
And an intentional foul right there. That's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ballgame.
Damn, Dez.
The saving grace seemed to be
when Joe goofy ass. The fuck's your mouth open for in that picture, nigga? Stupid ass.
Ray Luca, you get a second chance.
34.
You get super flat. And I saw something before we went on air where someone tweeted something about Cooper should have to endure fire Nico tensions at the free throw line. They need to get rid of him. I'm paraphrasing, blah, blah, blah. His mom retweeted that shit. Did you guys see it? Or either retweeted it or liked it. One of the two. But she engaged in it. So here we are, 3-8. In your opinion, where does this team go? Obviously, for clear basketball minds, you just have to wait till this gets healthy to see what they're capable of, because on paper they're a hell of a team.
Yeah, I mean, if it does get healthy, it's you have Anthony Davis, who is a super talent, but for some reason his body just doesn't hold up. I don't know if it's diet, I don't know if it's proper exercise, rest. You're looking at first round.
Eager for you all today, and some things that you kind of able to be going to release. And some creators become so cocky, so comfortable doing wrong and cheat the system that they eventually start to make figure. But we got a few things we're going to dive in. Without further ado, we're going to the video.
No, it's no testing on this team, wicked and mean. The next video and test you true thing. We got 2K news and rumors. Don't forget the tutorials and tips. Turn your player to a bad man and roll the stakes. No matter the mode, got to park. Even my career route will get you a good start. Hit the like button, don't forget the notifications. Comment down below and welcome to the Bruce Squad Nation.
So you don't know. Your boy Brew tossing on the scene, wicked and mean with a neck. Video for y'all, man. So by now, you know we gotta start the video for right way. So you can in the comment section type first, second, and third, really in the Bruce Squad. We gotta put y'all up there just to show y'all some love, man. Much love, much respect. Alright, so before we dive into the more serious news, let's shed some light on an issue some people have been experiencing throughout the 2K community. Now we're getting this post from the real. It said Mike or Zach, who is 2K devs, who are two 2K devs, by the way. With the utmost respect, can you fix an issue where the game bans you for leaving the lobby after completing the game? I just got done with the game and back out of the lobby, and I get this constantly. Now let me know if y'all didn't finish this or not. I need y'all to put it in the comment section. If you have a photo here address, it says student at Foxway. If you're a developer and you're watching my video, make sure and pass it on to who needs to hear it before. You don't need this. In fact, this is one of the most annoying things when I see this happening to me. Completing games is considered all sorts of things. Let's fix the box whenever people leave, in my opinion. Now, of course, I know I'm in the minority when it comes to this conversation, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The boy is always open to be wrong, right? Now that's out of the way, of course. I did my piece in terms of fucking 2K community. Let's dive into the more serious news we're talking about. The top 10 players in the 2K community when it comes to rap. Recently, I showed you how bad. Before we dive into the details, of course, remember, he recently actually got a slap on the wrist. So pretty much
happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. To the middle. Here's Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, the length of Allen is exceptional, helping him reach past the defense and jamming it home.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. This game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Now here's Castle. And the layup falls.
Yeah, and for a guard, Castle loves to take his game in deep and challenge those bigger defenders.
Out to Mobley. Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Has to